In this video, we're going to talk about functions in Python. Before jumping over to the main point, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon. It will motivate us for creating more useful content for you. A function in Python is a reusable block of code designed to perform a specific task. A function helps in organizing code, reducing redundancy, and improving readability and maintainability. There are some key features of functions like write once, use multiple times, break complex problems into smaller manageable parts, and accept parameters as an input and return value as an output. Now here is a syntax example. In this example you can see we have created a function with the name of function name, and by using def keyword and pass parameter inside opening closing parentheses, and inside this is called the body of the function, and this is the return where we can return the value for a function. Now let's practice another example. Let me comment this, and here we're going to create a function using def keyword and pass the name as a grade, and inside the opening closing parentheses we're going to pass the parameter which is name, and inside the body of the function we are going to use the print function which is print. Inside the print we are going to say f hello and separate this with a comma and curly braces, and use the parameter here column. And now let's return the value. Use the name of the function to return the value, and here we're going to pass the arguments name. And when we save this, now let's run this and check whether it works or not. And when we run this, here you can see hello Alice. There are some types of functions like built-in function which is defined by Pythons like print, len, length, and so on. And we also have the user-defined function, which the functions that you define by yourself, like we have created here, you can see on the screen. And also we have anonymous functions created by lambda. We also have parameters and arguments. The parameters, let me explain this by using an example. And first we're going to create a function and pass the name add and pass two parameters a and b. And inside the body of the function we are going to say return a plus b, and after that we are going to create another variable as a result to store the result of so here I have created another variable with the name of result to store the value of a and b. So we're going to print this, print result, and when we save this in print, here you can see 8. So here you can see this is called the parameter values, or the variables defined inside the function signature. This is called the function signature, and whenever we pass the value inside this opening closing parentheses, this is called the parameters. And whenever we pass the value to that function variables is called the arguments. Or when we want to call the function, at that time we pass the value to that variables or the parameters, that is called the arguments. So hope you understand until this point. The next we have a default parameter default parameter is a default value of parameters that making them optional during the function calls. So for this let me comment this and let's practice another example. For this we're going to create another function and name this as a greet and pass the default parameter. Name is equal to guest, and after that we are going to say use the print function. So welcome, use a curly braces and pass the variable here. And here what we are going to do, first we are going to call the function, and after that we are going to call the function. Inside the arguments we are going to pass the name Charlie. Alright, so now let's print this, and here you can see function can also return the value using the return keyword. Let's practice another example. So here we're going to create a function with the name of square number, and here we're going to use the return keyword to return number multiply by 2, or square, you can say square by 2. So we're going to create another variable for result to store the result, and we're going to say square 4. So we want to return the square 4, excuse me, and we are going to use the print function. So what we are going to do here, we have created a function with the name of square and pass the parameter, and here we're going to return the square of this number. And after that we have created another variable with the name of result, and here we want to find out the square of 4, and here we're going to print that on the screen. So when we run this, here you can see square 4 is 16. So hope you understand until this point. Now let's practice another example. So we also have variables. So there are two types of variables. First one is a local variable, and second one is a global variable. Let's practice this as well. So first we are going to create a variable. So variable x is equal to 10. This is called a variable. And now let's create a function, and we are going to say my underscore function, and we are not going to pass any parameter. And here we're going to say x is equal to 5. That's it. And when we print, use a print function, we are going to say inside function x. And now let's print this. We're going to say my function, and after that we're going to use another print function. We're going to say, use a double quotation, outside function, and say x. That's it. So now let me explain this. So you can see we have created one variable outside this function and another one is inside the function. The function which is created outside the variable which is created outside of the function is called a global variable, and the variable created inside the function is called a local variable. This local variable is only accessible inside the function. We cannot access this variable outside the function, but this variable is accessible everywhere. Whether you want to access them inside the function or outside the function. So first let me add some comment here. So this one is so that's it. Now let's run this. Here you can see function variable or local variable, this one is x. Here you can see that we have passed 5, and this one is the global variable, the variable that we have created outside the function and passed 10. So hope you understand until this point the uses of local and global variables. Now let's create a simple calculator. For this, what we are going to do, we are going to comment this everything. There we go. And here what we are going to do, we are going to create a simple project. So first we are going to create a function with the name of calculator, and we are going to pass 3 parameters for this: a, b, and operation. And inside the function we are going to use the if else statement. So if operation is equal to add, return a plus b. So else if operation is equal to subtract, return a, subtract or minus b. After that we are going to use another else if statement. So we are going to say else operation is equal to multiply, or let me add this inside the double quotation, return a multiplied by b. Else if operation is equal to divide, here return a divided by b. Else return invalid operation. So that's it. First here we have created function with the name of calculator and pass 3 parameters: a, b, and operation. So first we have created if statement inside the function. We have created if operation is equal to add. This means that if the user want to add 2 numbers, that time you can addition. Else if the user want to subtract the value, that time you can use the subtraction. Else if the user want to multiply, you can use the multiply operation. And else if the user want to divide the value, that time you can use the division operation. And now we are going to use the we want to use the print function. So we're going to say print, and we're going to say first we're going to use the name of the function, and inside opening closing parenthesis we're going to say 10 by 5. We are going to pass the value or arguments. Inside the double quotation we're going to say add. That's it. Now let's copy this 3 more, copy and paste it 3 more times. Here we go. So we are going to just remove this, add to subtract, multiply, and divide. That's it. Now let's save this. Alright, so now let's run this. Here we go. 10 plus 5 is equal to 15. That's good. 10 minus 5 is 5. It works. 10 plus 5 or multiply by 5 is 15. It works perfect. And 10 divided by 5 is 2.0, or we can say 2. So that's it. It works. Hope you understand until this point. If you have any question, any suggestion, please leave the comment below. If you didn't subscribe this channel, make sure to subscribe this channel. It will help us to create more useful content.